Welcome to the Urban Tech Helsinki launch. Great to see all of you there. I've heard that we have somewhat 100 participants for this stream. We are here excited to welcome you, and this is the world premiere of the Urban Tech Helsinki. Exciting times. My name is Ida Repo, and I'm the CEO of branding agency Pop-Up Media, and it's my honor to be your host for today. We are doing our absolute best to have the mood up and have a great event, even though of the special circumstances of COVID-19. But first, let's start. Why are we here? Urban Tech Helsinki is an incubator for clean and sustainable urban solutions. We help you turn your business idea into a growth-oriented startup that focuses on solving the challenges of modern cities. In close collaboration with the City of Helsinki, Urban Tech Helsinki brings together the best research from Finnish universities in Helsinki's vibrant startup ecosystem. The participants get to test their solutions in testbed.helsinki, as well as platforms and networks provided by other cities. The goal is to turn fresh innovations into successful international businesses. We cooperate closely with large enterprises that invest in sustainable urban solutions. Solving global challenges is a business opportunity worth billions of euros, and it's well worth taking. That's why we are here today. Have you got an idea? Urban Tech Helsinki helps you make it real. The website is open. urbantechhelsinki.fi, Twitter is open, LinkedIn is open, and also our comment field is open. I actually want to know, where are you guys joining this event from? Which city, which country? Send those comments. And we are having Q&A at the end of this event, so you can already start sending those questions that come to your mind. But now it's time to get started for real. First, we have Kimmo Heinonen from the City of Helsinki to give his warm welcome words. Let's give Kimmo a round of applause, who are here joining us live, and you guys there online. Kimmo, stage is yours.
Hello, everybody. As kindly introduced, my name is Kimmo Heinonen. I'm from the City of Helsinki Economic Development Department. I work as Chief Advisor there. And also, on behalf of City of Helsinki, I warmly welcome you, the incubator, Urban Tech Incubator here in Helsinki. I'm also very excited to see this new player in our ecosystem to get started. But just a few words and some recent rankings and facts. Why should you choose Helsinki? Just some recent accomplishments by City of Helsinki and Finland as a whole. We were ranked just recently the first in the International Sustainable Development Comparison by the United Nations. The Helsinki region was just ranked the second in the Regional Innovation Scoreboard published by the European Commission. And as you already probably know, we have a really vibrant and growing startup and innovation ecosystem and startup scene here in Helsinki. The value of the startup ecosystem has tripled in just in the last 5 years. So, and we have a really healthy work life and personal life balance here in Helsinki. So it's not all about work, some fun as well. We as a city, we can help you make connections towards the public sector players, as well as the other private sector players. And as Ida already said and advertised, we have this testbed.helsinki site where we we offer you testing opportunities with the City of Helsinki. You can co-create and co-develop your technologies and your solutions with the City of Helsinki. So once more, warmly welcome. The first batch, warmly welcome to Helsinki. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimmo. And we have a round of applause here live, right? Come on, come on. Thank you, Kimmo Heinonen from the City of Helsinki. Now it's time for our next speaker, and now we will dive deeper into the topic, what is Urban Tech Helsinki, and more details about the first call. Please welcome Aalto University representative Kaisa Ahonen. And first we start with a video, and then we'll hear what Kaisa has to say.
So, thank you, Ida, for your introduction. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Kaisa Ahonen, and I work in Aalto University Startup Center. And I've been working as a project manager here in the Urban Tech Helsinki for about a month and a half now, so not so long. But I'm very happy to be here. And of course, what makes me most happy is that we are able to open the call for startups today.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Exciting!
as Ida mentioned, we have our website, urbantechhelsinki.fi, as well as our Twitter handle, Urban Tech Helsinki, and also LinkedIn page open today. So visit all those and apply already now. The first call is open.
That's brilliant news. And yes, first call is open. I've heard that there is already the first application in.
Yes, that was actually a nice surprise during the Finnish midsummer celebrations to
Well,
note
that's
that someone
brilliant.
someone
But
has
hey,
been really eager.
The race is on. Send those applications. This is a great opportunity.
Yes, it's the first of a kind, of course, and we will close the call already on August 22nd. So there's only a month and a half time to apply. And we will then review the applications and of course interview the most potential ones and then decide who will be starting the program with us in September.
I have a few questions for you, Kaisa. Let's dive in deeper. Who are you looking for? What are the things that the applicants should be thinking when they write the application?
Yes, as mentioned earlier by Kimmo, we are looking for startups who want to make the cities a better place and make it sustainably and with the clean technological solutions. So startups with, let's say, technological background, using data, having applications that benefit the citizens and the city officials to run a better functional city here in Helsinki and elsewhere. And there, of course, should be a team, at least 2 people working there.
At least 2 people, okay.
At least 2 people, yes. Strong technological background preferably, and some kind of proof that the idea or the concept or the product already works. So maybe a minimum viable product or some kind of customers maybe already, or a bit more than an idea.
Bit more than an idea. So it can be already an up and running solution.
Yes,
that can
yes,
apply.
Yes, or maybe a new application field of application to city products, city operations.
Well,
Anything that would be interesting to test in Helsinki, for example.
I'm wondering what type of application you will get. Sounds very interesting.
Yes, and later on we will have an example with the Jätkäsaari Mobility Lab, a case that's already been tested in Helsinki, so maybe you'll have some idea out of there what kind of solutions we are looking for.
That is correct. We will have a case study that we will show you guys what type of project has already been approved. But when those projects are in, what are you offering? What is happening then?
Yes, that's a good question, Ida, because we know there are lots of incubators and accelerators also in Finland. But I think what makes us unique is the city-university cooperation, not just the Aalto University, but we have partners from the University of Helsinki and Metropolitan University of Applied Sciences. So you will have the access to these networks, researchers, students, operations of the city. But on the other hand, then we have the 20-year experience of Aalto Startup Center, the host organization in Aalto University that has been running these kind of programs for over 20 years. So very good experience, very much tuned programs with intense coaching, mentoring, training, and networks. And in addition to this business development side, there also will be space available here in the Great Marriott 01 environment, so startups receive office space. And for at least 1 year, maximum 3 years, we will help them with all possible means to develop their solution and test it in real life environment. So that's a promise. And it's free of charge and no equity taken. So I think it's a good deal.
It is a good deal. It's a fantastic deal. How many programs do you take?
Startups.
Startups, yes, to the program, yes.
Yes, we have a target that we will have 15 to 20 startups per year. So hopefully we will get enough good applications already at this first point, so we can take 15 great ones to start. So 15 to 20.
Great. That is a great opportunity. And if you have the innovation, if you have the team, send those applications. The website is open and applications are sendable. It was 22nd of August when the first call ends.
Yes, the deadline is August 22nd, and then we will start reviewing the applications and calling for startups to be interviewed right after that. I forgot to mention the thematic areas, if urban tech is not a familiar term to you. So this first time we decided to open the call for all the thematic areas. So we will have, hopefully, startups from clean energy side, waste management, smart mobility, urban farming, urban well-being, which is quite a broad subject. And did I forget something? Maybe, but
sounds good to me. And more information can be found at the website.
Yes,
I'm sure.
Yes.
And you are available for the questions that anyone has. And we have the Q&A at the end. So if you have something in your mind, send those questions to the comment field, and we'll be answering to them at the end of this event.
Exactly.
Thank you, Kaisa Ahonen from Aalto University.
Thank you, Ida.
Brilliant. Moving on. Next up, we have Juha Kostiainen, and he represents us a benchmark case, like Kaisa already mentioned here. It's good to have one example what type of startup can be very successful in this program and environment. Juho Kostiainen comes from the city of Helsinki. Actually, he's a city executive office from city of Helsinki. Juho Kostiainen tells us how you can test your product in Helsinki, and this is the case Jätkäsaari Mobility Lab. And let's start with a video. Juho Kostiainen, and from the City Executive Office from City of Helsinki. Did I say that right?
Indeed. Yes. Thank you very
Welcome,
much. Happy to be
Juho.
here.
And you're here to tell us about the case of Jätkäsaari Mobility Lab. So, what was it? Case Jätkäsaari Mobility Lab.
Okay. So, assuming that the video didn't comprehensively cover everything, I'm going to tell a little bit more about what the Jätkäsaari Mobility Lab is. It is basically the smart mobility test bed the City of Helsinki has. One of the test bed activities we have in different topics. And I'm going to show a few examples of what kind of piloting we do and how the city helps the different companies, developers, and researchers in getting their new solutions, new ideas that are aimed for smarter, more sustainable, and safer mobility to actually be tested in practice in the urban environment. So we've had a lot of different types of piloting, development, testing done over the past years. And I'm going to pick a few examples. For instance, when it comes to smart mobility, obviously traffic data, traffic information, and what is going on the streets is always an important aspect. So one of the key areas we have is mobility data. And for instance, here you can see one intersection in the Jätkäsaari district in the West Harbour area where we focus our piloting, where there are several different types of systems in place through different projects, collecting different types of data and being shared, used by different companies in development and research to create better solutions. As one example, the Aalto University are developing radar-based solutions that are optimizing the traffic lights so that traffic coming from the harbor could be more effectively and in smarter ways directed out of there right away. And this is an example of cases where open data is provided for any willing and interested developers to utilize to create your own innovations based on that and to show you if you have any better solutions and capabilities than those researchers on it. And here's another type of example where more specifically the target is perhaps the city planners from the road maintenance and bicycle network aspects. So a company called Terrain Sense this spring was piloting their solution using sensors installed on a bike to detect what kind of potholes or irregularities there might be on the road networks and bike networks. So these kind of cases are obviously such where it is very important for the companies to get real feedback from the right people in the city who are working on these challenges to see and hear whether the data is useful and how to really modify and develop further the solutions. So we help in finding the right people and collaborating with the key stakeholders with these cases in developing them and seeing how they can really work. But of course, when it comes to mobility, oftentimes it is the actual citizens that need to be involved. So we are doing quite a bit of citizen engagement and co-creation with the citizens in understanding how these kind of services affect their daily lives, how they feel about them, what kind of ideas they have. So from all steps, from collecting their challenges and ideas to involving them in testing, providing feedback of the tested ideas. So we've collected a bunch of the residents in the area. Anyone who's willing and interested in new technologies can sign up and hear right away about new pilots ongoing in the area. For instance, these might be something like shared cargo bikes that are directed obviously to the citizens themselves, seeing how they like them, how it helps them in their daily lives, if it provides an opportunity to live a more carless life, perhaps. And then again, when it comes to more technology-oriented future solutions, such as the autonomous street sweeper we were testing this spring, and will actually be testing further on this fall, we were engaging the citizens in surveying them and asking their feedback about how they feel about these kind of solutions near where they live. For instance, if the autonomy provides some questions for them, or if this is something that would improve things, since it is quiet and can be used at nighttime as well in the urban areas. And as mentioned, the Jätkäsaari district and the West Harbour area is where we are especially focusing our smart mobility piloting. It's a rapidly growing area that it also happens to have one of the busiest passenger ports in Europe located there, creating quite a bit of congestion at times, a lot of trucks and cars coming through, and hopefully soon more and more tourists as well. The area is also being built rapidly, which causes some challenges to the area as well, providing some opportunities for novel ideas to tackle anything related to whether it's safety, sustainability, or smoothness of traffic. And of course, the West Harbour area is only the place where we're primarily focusing and trying to find the best places for the pilots, so to have more synergies between them. But for instance, the on-demand electric boat that was first piloted last year was located in a different area because it made more sense. So we are using the whole Helsinki as a test bed, not just limiting to the Jätkäsaari district, although that is the primary area where most data is available, for example. And you can read much more about this test bed activity we have from the website, and you can happily contact us later on, and I'm happy to answer more questions as well. Thanks.
Thank you, Juho. That was a good case for us to open our minds. What type of projects can join Urban Tech Helsinki? Thank you, Juho Kostian. And now, interestingly, we have Mart Suurkask giving us a startup presentation online. Mart Suurkask from Bergman Oy. The stage is yours.
So, hello everyone. Thank you for inviting me today to speak about our experience in Jätkäsaari. And first of all, I would like to thank all the team for inviting us. We piloted our first generation prototype in 2019 autumn. We concluded within 4 months our testing. And what we actually piloted was our first product we called the Smart Pedestrian Crosswalk. I have a couple of pictures with me here as well to show you. And just quickly, our product was like that. So it's basically all-in-one unit for detecting pedestrians on the crosswalk, and on the road we are detecting the vehicles. So in Jätkäsaari we piloted our first unit, and here you can see during one day how it actually looked like. So the team from Forum Virum managed to get us the electricity which we required, and then we set up our product for 4 months. So yeah, this is how it looks like. It detected all the pedestrians on the crosswalk and measured the speed of the vehicles and counted and everything. And I think the most important lesson what we received from this pilot was that the understanding that this product is not market ready. I would like to emphasize this because we actually thought it might be due to the our massive effort going into developing this product, but then we understood that by the end of the day, it was still too expensive. And thanks to this pilot program in Helsinki, we took a step back, analyzed the situation, and now we have made a new generation product, which pictures you can see here. So as you can see, it is now retrofittable to a existing infrastructure. So we don't need to bring our own poles and so on. So now you can see that we still kept the backlit crosswalk sign, LEDs on the pole, but all the electronics is now in a separate box, and we are still working on getting rid of that electrical box altogether. But now it looks very neat. It actually works very well because we had some problems in Helsinki, which we actually couldn't manage at all from a distance, which was one of our goals with the pilot, to understand, can we manage software glitches like over the internet, but we still had to have couple of trips to Helsinki. Due to that, we couldn't do it. So now this product is, it doesn't look as integrated anymore, but at the same time, we know that it works very well. It has been working since last year with one of the clients, and now we are starting the export activities to countries like Croatia, Spain, Greece, and so on. So yeah, this pilot really helped us to understand what are the shortcomings of our product, and then keep on developing the system to actually become market ready. And one of the key elements during this pilot program was that we learned the lessons in terms of also the cost. And now I have to say that this generation product costs almost 5 times less than the ones I showed you before, which we piloted in Helsinki. So somehow we managed to find a lot of places to cut costs, and of course we keep cutting costs with this generation as well. And one of the very important parts of this product is that, of course, it can increase the safety of pedestrians. There was a independent study made by Tech University here in Tallinn, which concluded that this system helps to increase pedestrian security by, on average, 40%. So it's a really good result for us as well. And one of the key elements here also is, this is actually a picture from Helsinki in Jätkäsaari, a very beautiful place. Would like to visit soon again, if I can. And but yeah, the very key element here with this product is data. So we collect a lot of data, like pedestrian counting, vehicle counting. We have integrated air quality monitoring, and also we are developing infrastructure to vehicle communication. So when we came to Helsinki to pilot the product, we thought that we are going to be ready for mass deployment during the 2020, but now thanks to that pilot, we had to postpone this for this year, but this year we are ready. So very happy about the opportunity that Forum Virum gave us. So yeah, I think with that, I would like to conclude my presentation, and I would like to encourage anyone who is interested to actually make this make your pilot happen, because it can give you very valuable data about your product, about your team, and get some feedback from customer or people living in the area. So yeah, that's all for me for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mart Suurkask. Moving on, we have Q&A, and I've already received some questions that you have sent. Joining me and Juho is Kaisa. So Kaisa, please come back to the stage. time to ask those questions. Let's start from the questions I received for Juho. I'm also interested in hearing about this. What is the most successful pilot in Jätkäsaari?
Well, I suppose every company would say themselves. Since Mart was just speaking here, saying they had a lot of success, I would say they are one good example. There are different ways of measuring them, and unfortunately, obviously, it often takes a couple of years to figure out when it comes to these kind of innovation activities what the real value is. But I would say Bergman is one really good example here.
Brilliant. And what pilot has been most interesting for the citizens?
I would say that the autonomous street sweeper that was piloted a month or two ago, that definitely raised a lot of eyebrows, and a lot of people were taking pictures, and it caught a lot of media attention as well as from the people living in the area.
One more question for you, Juho, before we let Kaisa also answer. How long can a pilot project last in Jätkäsaari?
That's a really difficult question to answer. Some of them are really short. We're talking days or weeks. And at times, they might be a part of bigger, several-year-long EU projects or research projects. So it's very much a case-by-case situation. But most of them, I would say, last about a few months.
Thank you. Well, for Kaisa.
Can I comment shortly?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Juho's answers, because that was one of the really interesting thing about, you mentioned the street sweeper and the media attention around it. I think that's one benefit we can offer for startups in the Tech Helsinki incubator, that the media and PR relations related to this kind of activity in Helsinki are really blooming, and a lot of visibility ongoing around these pilots. Yes.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Question that I have received is, can then the project, can the startup get money that they can spend on this time that they are on the program? How does it go?
I think the general answer is unfortunately no. We don't have any money to give or any investments to make. But as Juho mentioned, there are several EU projects and other possibilities that might include some funding, or at least cost of the pilot covered, but that's case by case and of course depending on the project. Mm. But we will help the startups also to find investment possibilities in other environments than in ours.
Yes. It was also asked that can then the project team get that one-on-one mentoring when they join the program? Yes,
I'm happy to say that we have over 100 mentors already registered in the Aalto Startup Center database. So they are covering all business areas, especially the ones that are researched in Aalto University and innovations regarding Aalto University. But we are also constantly looking for more mentors. So if you are feeling that burn to be a mentor for our startups, just contact me, and we will soon have also an application form for Urban Tech mentors.
Oh, brilliant! Good shout out already for that. Okay, the project. How long can the pilot project last?
Well, for incubation, it's minimum 12 months. But as Juho mentioned, the actual piloting can take a couple of years even. So we offer for startups the incubation project by 1 year. So first it's 1 year, and then the possibility to renew it for 2 more. So it's maximum 3 years that the startup can spend in the incubation program. But do you want Juho to comment something else on the length of the project? Yeah, fine. So, but pretty long. So it's not an accelerator where you run it for 6 weeks or 2 months. So we are prepared to help the startups for a minimum a year.
Brilliant. And when can you start if you are accepted?
The program starts on September 14th. If if everything goes well. And we, as the situation in the world is as it is, we will start in an online mode. So you can either be based in Helsinki or participate online. But if we are talking about concrete actions to be piloted in Helsinki at some level, some phase, you have to join us here in the city of Helsinki.
Brilliant.
Or do you Juho, know, is there any possibility to pilot without being present?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. We've had some pilots with companies from abroad, for instance, from France or Israel, who have very much cloud-based or database solutions that can be piloted from elsewhere as well. So we help in facilitating interconnection to the city experts or the citizens themselves, for instance, or the local stakeholders, and things can be done virtually as well.
That's the new norm. But great. But like Kaisa mentioned, it's good that at some point you are available and can come to Helsinki and
Yes.
see everyone here.
Yes, and of course this is the mobility lab, so other solutions may require presence in Helsinki.
Yes.
too.
One more thing. What are your tips for the applications? I'm sure that there are now people who want to fill up the application. What are your tips?
Be bold and innovative and go for a high impact solution, I suppose.
Yes, that's good. And make sure that you let us know why the world is a better place with your solution and your innovation. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaisa and Juho. We are so thrilled that all of you have joined us here today. The recording will soon be available at the website. The website is urbantechhelsinki.fi. And our time here today is now ending, but we would like to thank all our partners for making this happen. Thank you, City of Helsinki, Aalto University, University of Helsinki, and Metropolia University of Applied Sciences, and everyone who has been a part of this one. We hope you had a great time over there with our streaming event, but also when you are looking at this recording. And go ahead, start filling up those applications and be bold. Tell us why, because of your solution, the world is a better place. And innovations that will change our tomorrow can then be real. My name is Ida Repo. It's been a pleasure being a part of this one. Thank you.